with respect to the risks involved. So what kind of risks are, that could potentially rise? Technology risk, people risk, market risk, business risk, all kind of risks that are potentially, applicable. See the threat perception and then look at the assessments of that, understand where it is, what is the probability of that, what is the most likelihood of a particular risk happening, and try and take some, actions or mitigate that risk right now. So plan well ahead so that you're, way ahead of the particular event, even before that came in. Root cause analysis, as I was just mentioning in the context of process analysis, very important to know the root cause, why something has happened. What is it's not just the superficial problem, but there could be the deep underlying cause of that, in the system, the way people had been using that for years and years and decades in the organization. So that's what we typically call as NIH syndrome, right? Not invented here, NIH. So if people are so used to doing things the way they have been doing for years, if you try and do something differently, they are like, they just don't accept it. They're so averse to change. So it's important that we bring in that. We need to understand where exactly is the problem. It's not just the one or two persons, but it is actually a systemic problem. The tools, the resources, the technologies, and that's where you need to look at the transformation, the complete transformation of the processes, the systems, the tools, the resources, the vendors, and look at that as a whole program. That's why we've got something called digital transformation, is what we call people nowadays, the programs. It's a total problem. That I keep hearing that word, that phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it if it ain't broke. Really? If it ain't broke, you keep hanging to it, and then suddenly one fine day you see yourself hanging to that, and then rest of all the folks would have gone ahead, surge ahead. So that's a very unfortunate. So gone are the days when that was an old American saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, that's fine. But then in the modern context, it's all about thinking radically. It's not just this one small step improvement, right? So you need to look at the whole ecosystem of where you are, how it is, things. You can't just sit there and think like, yes, this is all perfect. I'm living in the perfect world. There's nothing that's going to change. You know what, you just wake up one fine morning, this guy woke up, and then everything around changed. The way you work, everything's changing, right? So the way you work, the way you talk, the way you actually talk to your family, and the family is also not, the next of the family is also not being able to come into your house. You have so much restriction, so many different things have changed. Your lifestyle has changed with technology. You're now operating everything on mobile. You can't say that, what, I'm going to send you 100-page document by fax. Sorry, what? By fax? Which company are you living in? Which country are you living in? Which century are you living in? You need to come out of it and think like that. So you need to look at alternatives, right? So you can't just say that, what, I'll just let things pass. I'm okay. I have not changed anything. I don't need anything to be changed. No, there are a lot of things that have got changed, and you need to change as well. Just because if it is not broken. Yeah, that's not broken. You still want to use the camera, the photography of with the film roll. You're more than happy to use. Nobody's stopping you. But the world has moved on. They're taking digital photographs. They've got mobile phones. Still, people out there are there who are professional photographers. So you've got the full, the bulky full frame cameras. Fair enough. But you can't just say that I will use this only. I don't need to change as a business. As a business, you can't afford to change. And that's why Kodak got really, take the beating, right? We keep talking about it. It's not very fair of that. Workshops are good again, but again, this is to get the feedback across all the departments, all the teams that you could work with, the quality, the marketing, and then if you want to actually get some insights into technology, get all of them into one room and try and take decisions quickly, then I think workshops are really very good tool for that technique. So these are the kind of techniques that you would potentially use to, to make sure that you identify the areas of improvement, you implement them.